Dell Precision 3560 laptop. It's an Intel Core i5 11th gen. We'll take it apart, we'll see what we can fix, replace or upgrade. Let's start. So we'll start with the bottom screws. Now we have to lift the bottom case, separate it from the palmrest. So find the gap where you can put in your prying tool and work your way around the edge to disconnect all the clips. And use only plastic tool, the metal one may scratch your other parts. Now the bottom is off. Here we have the part number. And now we have access to all the internal components. Let's start with disconnecting the battery. Now unscrew all the screws. So if the battery doesn't hold the charge or it's swollen, you can replace it. Here we have the part number and the model number here. That's our RAM memory. So you can spread those arms and this is how you can take it out. So if the memory doesn't work, you can replace it. Or you could upgrade to the bigger one. Here we have our Wi-Fi card. So if the Wi-Fi has some problems, doesn't work, you can replace this card. Gently disconnect the antenna wires. And now we can take out the card. Here we have part number, model number. Here we have our storage. So if your laptop doesn't boot, say it shows no boot device, or you would like to upgrade your storage, this is how you can do it. That's the NVMe drive. This is the smaller size, 2230. Now let's disconnect our speakers. Maybe let's start with taking out the actual speaker. Now the cable is routed through this plastic bracket. Here you can disconnect it from the keyboard. And here I can see the speaker goes under that plastic bracket, so we will take this out right now, because we will need it to be off when we take the motherboard. Let's see if that's on. Okay. Here we have the antenna. Okay, one more screw here. Okay, we have the part number. And now we can take out the second speaker. Okay, so those are our speakers. So if your sound is bad, you can replace them. Here we have the part number. Now let's take out the heatsink and the cooling fan. So if your laptop overheats, fan is making grinding noise or doesn't spin, you can replace this part. Be very careful while replacing the heatsink. You cannot bend it. If you bend it, it won't work anymore. Here you can disconnect the fan from the motherboard. Here we have the part number for the fan. And that's our heatsink. Be careful when you separate it from the motherboard. It's very fragile. Sometimes it may be stuck to the motherboard because of the cooling paste. Okay. Here we have the part number. That's our heatsink. Now let's disconnect the video cable. Here we have to flip this retaining clip. Now we can slide out the connector. Now I will take out all the screws for the motherboard. And disconnect the remaining cables. That's our CMOS battery. I will keep it with the motherboard, so let's prepare it to take out. Okay, there's one more screw here. And here. Alright, so the motherboard is out. Here we have the part number. The processor and the GPU are soldered on the motherboard, so you cannot replace them. You would have to replace the whole motherboard. Now we have access to our Palmrest keyboard assembly, so let's take it out. So unscrew hinge screws. Now gently unfold hinges, and you can take out the Palmrest keyboard assembly. The keyboard looks like, let's see. Yeah, the keyboard is riveted to the Palmrest, so you cannot replace it. You would have to buy the whole Palmrest keyboard assembly. Touchpad is held by screws, so you can replace the touchpad if you have to. But usually they sell the whole part like that. If you need parts, check gotlaptopparts.com. Here we have the part number. The screen, it's usually sold in one piece. The actual LCD is very easy to crack when you try to replace it, so look for the whole assembly. Check eBay and gotlaptopparts.com. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.